Welcome to my channel. Today I am going to tell about a story which is called Milo's Midnight Snack Mission. Enjoy it. Once upon a time, in the cozy little town of Willowvale, there lived a mischievous little mouse named Milo. Milo was no ordinary mouse. He had a special talent for finding the most delicious snacks hidden away in the nooks and crannies of the town. But there was one problem: Milo was afraid of the dark. Every night, when the sun dipped below the horizon and darkness enveloped Willowvale, Milo would scurry back to his snug little burrow, his heart pounding with fear. He longed to venture out into the moonlit streets like the other creatures of the night, but his fear held him back. One evening, as Milo nibbled on a leftover cookie he had found earlier that day, he overheard a group of squirrels chattering excitedly about a legendary midnight snack hidden somewhere in the heart of Willowvale. It was said to be the most delicious treat in all the land, and whoever found it would be hailed as the bravest creature in town. Milo's ears perked up at the mention of this tantalizing snack. Despite his fear of the dark, he knew he couldn't resist the allure of such a delicious treat. Determined to prove his bravery, Milo decided to embark on a daring mission to find the midnight snack. That night, as the clock struck midnight and the town slept soundly, Milo emerged from his burrow, his heart pounding with a mixture of excitement and fear. The moon cast a silvery glow over the cobblestone streets as Milo set off into the night, his whiskers twitching with anticipation. As Milo ventured deeper into the heart of Willowvale, he couldn't shake the feeling of unease that gnawed at him. Shadows danced around him, and every rustle of leaves made him jump. But he pushed his fear aside and pressed on, determined to find the legendary snack. Finally, after what felt like hours of wandering, Milo stumbled upon a quaint little bakery nestled between two towering oak trees. The tantalizing scent of freshly baked pastries wafted through the air, making Milo's mouth water. With trembling paws, Milo crept closer to the bakery, his heart racing with excitement. He peeked through the window and gasped in awe at the sight before him, shelves upon shelves of mouth-watering treats, from chocolate eclairs to cinnamon rolls, all bathed in the soft glow of candlelight. Milo's stomach rumbled at the sight of the delicious treats, and he knew he had to find a way inside. Summoning all his courage, he squeezed through a tiny crack in the wall and tiptoed into the bakery, his eyes wide with wonder. But just as Milo was about to sink his teeth into a delectable cream puff, he heard a voice behind him. "Who goes there?" it said, sending shivers down Milo's spine. Milo froze in place, his heart pounding like a drum in his chest. Slowly, he turned around to see who had caught him red-handed. Standing before him was a tall figure with a gleaming white apron and a stern expression on his face. It was none other than Mr. Whiskers, the baker who owned the shop. Mr. Whiskers narrowed his eyes at Milo, his whiskers twitching with suspicion. "What are you doing here, young mouse?" he asked, his voice stern but not unkind. Milo gulped nervously, his mind racing for an excuse. "I am sorry, sir," he stammered, "I was just looking for a midnight snack." Mr. Whiskers arched an eyebrow. "A midnight snack, you say?" he mused. "Well, you've certainly come to the right place. But I'm afraid I can't just let you waltz in here and help yourself to my pastries. You'll have to earn your midnight snack like everyone else." Milo's heart sank at Mr. Whiskers' words. He had come so close to fulfilling his mission, only to be caught at the last moment. But then a spark of determination lit up in his eyes. If he wanted to prove himself brave enough to deserve the legendary midnight snack, he would have to complete Mr. Whiskers' challenge. "What do I have to do?" Milo asked, his voice steady despite the fluttering of his heart. Mr. Whiskers smiled, a twinkle of mischief in his eyes. "I'll tell you what, young Milo," he said. "If you can help me bake a batch of my famous raspberry tarts before the sun rises, I'll let you have your pick of the pastries as your reward." Milo's eyes widened in surprise. He had never baked anything in his life, let alone a batch of raspberry tarts. But he wasn't about to back down now, not when the legendary midnight snack was within his reach. With Mr. Whisker's guidance, Milo set to work kneading the dough, rolling out the pastry, and carefully spooning the sweet raspberry filling into each tart shell. Despite his initial apprehension, Milo found himself enjoying the process, his fear of the dark fading away with each passing moment. As the first light of dawn began to peek over the horizon, Milo and Mr. Whiskers pulled the last batch of raspberry tarts out of the oven, their golden crusts glistening in the morning light. Milo's heart swelled with pride as he looked upon their handiwork. They had done it. They had completed the challenge. With a smile, Mr. Whiskers handed Milo a piping hot raspberry tart, its sweet aroma filling the air. "Congratulations, Milo," he said, his voice warm with admiration. "You may not have found the legendary midnight snack, but you've proven yourself brave and resourceful nonetheless." Milo beamed up at Mr. Whiskers, his belly full of delicious pastry and his heart full of joy. As he bid farewell to the kindly baker and made his way back to his burrow, Milo knew that he had embarked on the greatest adventure of his life, and it was only just beginning. As Milo scurried back through the winding streets of Willowvale, the first rays of sunlight cast long shadows across the cobblestones. Birds chirped merrily in the trees, and a gentle breeze whispered through the leaves. Milo couldn't help but feel a sense of contentment wash over him as he made his way home. When he finally reached his cozy little burrow, Milo curled up in his favorite spot and closed his eyes, a satisfied smile playing on his lips. Although he hadn't found the legendary midnight snack, he had discovered something far more precious, the courage to face his fears and the joy of sharing an adventure with a new friend. From that day on, Milo's fear of the dark began to fade away, replaced by a sense of wonder and excitement for the world that lay beyond his burrow. He continued to explore the streets of Willowvale, searching for new adventures and delicious treats to enjoy. And though he never did find the legendary midnight snack, Milo knew that he had found something even better, the true meaning of bravery, friendship, and the simple joys of life. So, as the sun dipped below the horizon and darkness descended upon Willowvale once more, Milo closed his eyes and drifted off to sleep, his heart full of happiness and his dreams filled with new adventures yet to come. And in the quiet stillness of the night, the legend of Milo the brave mouse who dared to venture into the darkness in search of the legendary midnight snack lived on, inspiring creatures young and old to follow their dreams and never give up hope. I hope you enjoy listening to Milo's Midnight Snack Mission.